Harry here, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Naruto was the son of the Scarlet King? Was one of the sons of the Scarlet King, but yeah, was definitely the son of the Scarlet King. But yes, this is part 2 of it. I'm not gonna do a recap because I uploaded that like yesterday at like 12 and something. I think it was like 2 or something. I don't remember when I uploaded it, but it was just there. So yeah, I'm not gonna do recaps on videos that I like uploaded like at least yesterday or something like that, or like the middle of the night or whatever, because well, I don't want to go into the same information that you probably watched and was gonna watch part 2. So yeah, I'm not gonna go. But if it's like 8 days I haven't uploaded this, what if I'm doing the recap? But yeah, but for part 2, yeah. So let me do not a recap. So let me begin where it's at. So of course Sasuke and Sasuke did say that Naruto was dead. So yeah, we go into Naruto just in the freaking tree, kind of having a dent in it. Well, not a dent. He crashed into a tree, and right now he's pissed. He does not want to deal with the Miss Kitsunes and also the Nine Tails bullshit. This is where Naruto gets up out of the tree and he says, "Fuck you, Nine Tails. I'm not dealing with your shit." This is where Kurama says, "Oh, come on, Naruto. Lighten up." So, of course, Naruto says, "I'm not dealing with your bullshit, Nine Tails." Nine Tails says, "Oh, come on, Naruto. It's fine. You're also a Nine Tails. You have to rebuild, our clan somewhat. Because even though we're considered the strongest in the demon world, we kind of went into war with other demons. And, the Kitsune clan is not as strong as it used to be. So you need to rebuild it, Naruto." Naruto says, "Why won't you do it?" Kurama says, "I am old. I'm way older than you and them combined. Like, I'm seriously way older than them. And you know how I said age is nothing but a number? I am about 300 years old. Well, not 300. At least 5,000 years old, okay? I live longer than humans." Naruto says, "Okay. Why don't you freaking, help them? Blah, 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 whatever you bullshit told me." Kurama says, "I'm older than them. I'm not doing that. I'm like basically their father, at least grandfather or whatever. You are the same age as them, Naruto. You have right now the Nine Tails. Have not, Nine Tails. You are basically the same age and as powerful. Not as powerful as me." Kurama likes to brag a little bit. Naruto says, "Shut the fuck up." This is where Kurama says, "Shut up, Naruto." This is where Kurama says, "You have to have children with them." Naruto says, "No, and I refuse." Kurama says, "It's not an option, Naruto. You either have kids right now, or wait until you're like 16 or 18. Naruto says, "I'll wait until I'm 18 or 16. I don't give a fuck. I'll get strong enough just to kick your ass before that time." Kurama laughs and says, "Oh really? You really think you're gonna be able to defeat me?" "Yes, I can. And I will." Naruto, he put his leg behind him. He just slide his leg behind him and rushed at Kurama. Kurama saw the speed and says, "You're too slow, Naruto." Naruto, he ran very fast at Kurama. And this is where Naruto says, what's called sound wave attack. This is where he threw his hand out using sound, because he copied the sound ninja's ability. And this is where Kurama says, "Ah, my ears." Of course, he missed. Kitsune also his ears kind of hurt a little bit because they're sensitive to ears. I mean, not sensitive to ears. They're sensitive to sound because any animal's kind of sensitive to sound and anything. But with that happening, Kurama says, "You bastard," and tries to kick at Naruto. Naruto, he says, wind style, wind decapitated slices, and try to attack Kurama with. This is where Kurama dodges the attack and tries to kick at Naruto. Naruto uses one of his other arms to push himself away from Kurama. Kurama says, "It's very interesting that you actually managed to copy those jutsus from those two ninjas. But that won't help you, Naruto. You are not strong enough or physically strong enough to be able to use your power." Naruto says, "Screw you." And this where, well, not physically strong enough. Naruto's physically kind of strong enough and all that. The reason why he can't use his full power is because he doesn't know what his full power is. He didn't talk to the Scarlet King that much until he got interrupted by some cloud ninjas. So this is when Naruto doesn't know fully what he is capable of. So this is where, well, the whole, what's it called, we go into, well, 2 days skip. This is where Naruto, the Miss Kitsune, and also, well, Kurama are just in the Death Force. Of course, they actually managed to get out of the Death Force because Kurama actually made a portal. Where he actually took them was into out of the forest, out of the Death Force, even out of the Elite Village. They are straight up on a, like, sort of hill cave and all that. This is where Naruto says, "Where the hell did you take us?" This is where the Miss Kitsunes are kind of scared and all that. And of course, where Kurama says, "Oh, you know, we're gonna actually start early with you making kids." This is where Naruto says, "Are you fucking serious? I said I was gonna be 18 to do that shit." Kurama laughs and says, "I was joking, Naruto. I know you're just gonna be waiting until you're 18. Besides, they're not, well, what's it called?" Before he even gets to say anything, Naruto was about to kick him. This is where Kurama says, "Wow, you're very sensitive to them, even though I was about to just say that they're not, how should I say? He looks at them and says, "Well, not well, duh." Before he even gets to finish it, Naruto tries to kick him again. This is where the girls kind of notice that Naruto's been trying to kick Kurama for the last couple of seconds every time that Kurama tries to say anything. Kurama gets kind of amused with Naruto because Naruto does not, even though he doesn't like females or anything because he's only 12 years old and he is irrationalized or anything, he doesn't like how people really talk about females like they're just, well, nothing but just, how should I say, toys for males and all that. Since Naruto's kind of like, not really sensitive to that, but he just doesn't give two fucks about it and it gets annoying to him. Because, well, even though, well, his mother was the reason why he was born and the Scarlet King was the reason why he was brought into this world, he doesn't like about that. Because, well, even though he doesn't know about his other siblings, he gives no fucks about, well, those things half the time. But yeah, he wants to know who his siblings are and what they actually look like. So Naruto says, "Shut up, you fucking Nine-Toes. Jesus fucking Christ, you keep saying the same thing." Kurama says, "Fine, I'm just here to train you, Naruto Uzumaki Katsune." So instead of me calling her Haki, I'm gonna actually call her Katsune. So yeah, the white, what's it called? White hair, white snowy hair, blue eyes, baby blue eyes, and also her tail is, well, just one that has what's called, well, it's white and has a little bit of blue on it. Her name is Katsune. Now, of course, this is where Christina, who actually her tails are kind of like, look like they're made out of crystals, but actually her tails are kind of just, looks like they're made out of crystal, but yeah, they're real. And of course her ears and all that, because she has the crystal Kakekenkai. Now Katsune has an ice Kakekenkai. Now, of course, this is where what's called, what's it called? So yeah, even though Naruto is, what's it called, just doesn't care that much, but yeah. Now, this is where Kurama says, well, not care. This is where the last one is, well, she has her tails being kind of dark, but also have like this misty kind of color of blue and all. And of course, her name is Kawa. Now, of course, this is where all three of them are kind of just listening to Kurama, while Naruto is ignoring him. Of course, Kurama always smacks him in the head, telling him to listen, and Naruto says fine. So Kurama goes in explaining about the Kitsune clan. How there's different levels. So there's the 1 tails, 2 tails, 3 tails, 4 tails, 5 tails, 6 tails, 7 tails, 8 tails, and even 9 tails. Which that is him and Naruto. And Naruto is not experiencing his powers, so he is kind of weaker than him. Which Naruto says, fuck you. And of course, the word Kurama says, I didn't hear that, Naruto. Can you speak up a little bit louder? Naruto says, fuck off. This is where Kurama says, the reason why he's not stronger than me is because he irrationalized, he's stupid, and he attacks without mercy. Usually the Kitsune clan does that, but they're also very wise and very sneaky, Kurama said. Naruto says, first of all, I'm not from the Kitsune clan. Stop bringing me up in this shit. That's why Kurama says, you have 9 tails. Stop thinking that you're not from the Kitsune clan. Naruto says, fuck off. This is where Naruto wants to really just go back to that place where he met his father, his true father, the Scarlet King. He just doesn't know how to get there. So yeah. Of course, this is where Naruto says, whatever. Of course, the word Kurama says, also, we're going to be training. Now, of course, you Miss Kitsunes can go back to your village, while I'm going to have to be training in Naruto. Well, to become stronger. Naruto says, I don't need your help. Kurama smacks him in the head and says, you do. Naruto says, oh, you fucking bastard. This is where, well, Katsune, and also Christina, and also Kawa just kind of looks amused, but then just stop because they're kind of plush after Naruto kind of glares at them. Well, not glares at them, just looks at them. Of course, where, well, Kurama sees this and he's very amused. Of course, Naruto's not amused and actually annoyed. So, we go into about a week time skip. Now, of course, Sasuke's being trained by Kakashi. Sasuke's being useless and blah, 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 whatever bullshit. We don't go into that team because no one cares. Naruto is being trained by Kurama. Now, this is where Naruto is kind of just trying to punch at Kurama and trying to kick him and all that. And trying to really kill him. That's where Kurama says, you can't hit me, huh? I knew it. You can't hit me, Naruto. Ooh. I knew you were weaker than me. Of course, this is where Katsune, Kawawa, and even, Chris and I are just watching this. And they're kind of just eating some things and all that, like some fruit and all that. Now, of course, they're kind of far away from the Leaf Village and like a bunch of other countries. So no one can spot this, like, the demons kind of training and all that. Well, the Kitsune is kind of training. And Naruto's getting annoyed. He's like, this is fucking bullshit. Now, of course, they're only training like taijutsu and all that. Because Kurama actually wants to train Naruto and actually becoming the Kitsune leader. Well, the leader of the Kitsunes, becoming a demon lord. He's trying to train Naruto to become that. But Naruto refused to be doing that. So, of course, Kurama knows that Naruto's just being a teenager, pre-teenager right now. And he's acting too much irrationally. So Naruto's like, fuck off. Of course, he gets kicked into the stomach really hard and lands near, well, makes himself a crater. He's like, this is fucking bullshit. So, well, he gets hit by a crater over like some hills and all that. And of course, this is where Kitsune, Christina, and, well, Kawaja says, isn't that a little too much, Kurama-sama? Of course, they already know about, what's called Kurama's name, so of course they call it Kurama-sama. Of course, Kurama says, it's fine. This is where Naruto, he's like, oh, my fucking stomach, this fucking orange fox, I'm gonna fucking murder him. This is where, well, someone just says, you need some help, bro? Or, not bro, you need some help, brother? Naruto opens his eyes and sees a giant lizard. A lizard that has bones, being able to see and all that. He also has like jaw and all that. It's kind of like, kind of messed up and all that. Like has his bones, jaws and all that. And well, this is the indestructible lizard, SCP-682. Now, of course, this is where Naruto says, "Who are you, and why did you call me brother?" This is where, well, the indestructible lizard says, "Seriously, you haven't met our father?" Naruto says, "If we're talking about the Scarlet King, I have." Then SCP, well, 682 says, "Good. I'm happy to know that you actually met him. And I'm happy to know that our father managed to get in contact with me, especially to go to this dimension. Managing to. Luckily, I managed to get away from some fucking humans that keep fucking being annoying to me. I only managed to make a clone of me. That clone only has like 5% of me. While me, the 90% of me, is here to help you, my brother." And of course, Naruto smiles and says, "So who are my other siblings?" 682 says, "Well, I haven't found them. I have managed to communicate with them, but not much. The one brother, which I am actually kind of annoyed and do not like much, is our brother SCP-999, or also known as the Tickle Monster." Naruto says, "The what?" "The Tickle Monster. He is actually supposed to be a hero born from the Scarlet King because of his mother trying to create a hero to stop our father from chaos and destruction." Naruto says, "I hope I never meet him." "Yeah, I met him because the humans in my world wanted to try to destroy me. Which that's why I'm called the indestructible lizard. They're stupider than I actually expected." So yeah, Naruto says, "I see." So Naruto, he kind of stands up and sees how big the indestructible lizard is, which the indestructible lizard can be really fucking big or really small. But yeah, Naruto says, Naruto's like trying to catch his breath, and of course the indestructible lizard says, "So what has happened to you?" And Naruto says, "Some fucking fox pissed me off. Of course he was still inside me before I managed to get contact with my father, the Scarlet King. The Scarlet King managed to, well, our father managed to get rid of all the seals and binding stuff that kind of sealed my powers away." Of course, the indestructible lizard has heard about that and says, "I have heard. Interesting. Let's see. If I'm guessing, it's that orange fox, the one where his hair is orange. His, what's it called? It looks like he has lines over his eyes and all that. So, how you want to actually see Kurama? Actually, let me go pull up a picture. Closest one to find Kurama just being older. So yeah, this is what Kurama's human form kind of looks like. He has his orange tail, of course, his ears being orange, his hair being orange, his whisker marks and all that, his teeth being sharp and all that, and of course his eyes being red. Of course, he's also 9 feet tall, by the way. Since that is a thing, and of course, the indestructible lizard says, "I guess. Let's see if we can beat him up together, brother." Naruto says, "Wait, do you know anything about my abilities exactly?" The indestructible lizard says, "No, you must actually learn about that from my father, or learn about that yourself." Naruto says, "I didn't get time to talk with my father. Is there some way for me to get back to that dimension?" "Not unless father decides to bring you back. Or you manage to, well, teleport to that dimension." Naruto says, "What do you mean, teleport to that dimension?" "We have one brother that can actually teleport to that dimension. I have met him. His face is actually kind of not normal. But then again, we're not normal creatures. I will talk about him later. But let's see if we can really defeat your little companion. Do you really want the others to get hurt or just the orange one?" The orange one's been pissing me off for the past lately. This is an indestructible lizard nod and says, "Then let's do it." Naruto says, "Then let's do it then." This is where, well, Naruto rushes at Kurama. Kurama just says, back for round 33, Naruto tries to kick at Kurama. Of course, this is where Kurama says, you got it a little bit faster, Naruto. This is where Naruto tries to, kick him down. So he uses leg to kick down. This is where Kurama dodges the kick and says, that is good, Naruto. Naruto's trying to knee him in the face and all that. This is where Kurama says, well, you're too slow. Until the indestructible lizard jumps at Kurama and tries to bite him. This is where Kurama dodges and says, what the? This is where the other Kitsune gets up and says, what the? This is where Naruto says, brother. And the indestructible brother says, I got it. The non-indestructible brother. The indestructible lizard says, I got it. I almost managed to bite him. He's a little too quick, don't you think? Naruto says, I know that. That's why I've been trying to beat his ass. Sir, the indestructible lizard says, that is true. Maybe if we had our other brothers, we might be able to defeat him. This is where Kurama says, brothers. So, Naruto, it seems that you managed to find a companion, a friend. Could be a summoning. This is what the indestructible lizard. Did he just call a companion, friend, and summoning? What the hell is a summoning? Naruto says, I should explain much more about this world. This world uses chakra, summoning, and all that. I should explain it later to you. But let me just help me fight this guy. This guy's been annoying me so much. The indestructible lizard says, fine. This is our indestructible lizard. He's just waiting for Kurama to turn off his, eyes. Because the indestructible lizard can actually take those properties of different SCPs and, well, use them against the SCPs, or store them up and back them up and use them against other people. So when Kurama does blink his eyes, this is where the indestructible lizard was right behind him, was about to just claw him. This is where Kurama relaxes and dodges. Naruto was impressed because he also blinked at the same time with Kurama. This is where, well, Kurama says, interesting, you're very powerful. This is where Kurama, he goes into the ninth and just attacks, the indestructible lizard, cutting him in half. This is where Naruto says, brother, wait, you're indestructible, you can't die. This is where indestructible lizard says, of course I can't die. He rechants, he put his body back together and rechants, this bastard been annoying me so much. This is where Kurama says, are you fucking serious? Are you saying you can't die physically or mentally? The indestructible lizard, of course not. I am one of the sons of the Scarlet King. Same with my brother. We are not being able to be taken lightly. This is where Kurama says, Scarlet King. You've been saying that multiple times, Naruto. And if you're a son of the Scarlet King, and Naruto's also the son of the Scarlet King, how many brothers are there in total? The indestructible lizard says, does he not know anything about the Scarlet King? Of course not. This world doesn't know anything exactly. The Scarlet King was kind of new to me when I met him. Interesting, I see. So I guess he wanted to go to more dimensions to actually see if he can actually get there. Yes, of course, I don't know if I have the same physical ability to travel to dimensions. The indestructible lizard, we test that later. This is where Naruto nodded, and of course this is where, well, Naruto rushes at Kurama first and tries to kick him. Of course this is where Kurama dodges the kick and the indestructible lizard was about to chomp at him. This is where Kurama punched the indestructible lizard in the mouth, and of course the indestructible lizard doesn't actually, he sometimes gets annoyed with people punching him or trying to attack him and all that. Bullets and all that, which nothing like that affects him and all that, bullets or anything. Not even a fucking nuclear warhead and all that. But getting punched by Kurama actually annoys him more and wants to now bite Kurama more and trying to rip him in half. This is where Naruto been trying to really kill Kurama. Kurama has been just toying with him a little bit. This is where, well, the indestructible lizard says, I should probably store more of those properties from those different SCP stupid tests that those humans like to just put on me. So our Naruto says, how many do you have? I have about 10 properties. If I can get more, I'll just get more. I don't steal the properties, I copy those properties. Naruto says, can you show me one of your properties? Just one. This is where Naruto says, okay, what is that one? Turning into liquid. This is where, well, Naruto says, wait, what? He basically indestructible lizard turns into liquid. While Kurama just says, what the hell? He just goes up to, well, the lizard. And of course, Naruto says, brother, did you die? Kurama just appears and says, what the hell? This is where the indestructible lizard reappears out of the liquid, like turning his body back into himself, and was about to bite what's called Kurama's head. This is where Kurama managed to jump away. He was like, you cheeky little bastard. This is where the indestructible lizard says, it's not like you're older than me, you bastard. This is where Kurama says, I'm 5,000 years old. This is where the indestructible lizard says, what the fuck do you mean you're 5,000 years old? This is where, well, there's not really a year in... Is there a year? And of course, this is where, well, the indestructible lizard, I'm just gonna guess he's 2,000 years old. This is where he says he's only 2,000 years old, which he thought he was older than almost any other SCP. This is where, well, Kurama says, not really. At least I'm older than you both. You're both are just brats. This is where Naruto tries to go into, well, melt himself into a puddle and all that, but he couldn't, which kind of annoyed him. Of course, this is where, well, so of course with that happening, so where, well, Naruto tries to do it, and of course he couldn't. He's like, I can't copy your property. This is where, well, SCP-682 said, I guess you can't. Have you tried to copy any abilities from this world? Naruto says, yeah, I could from 2 people, but is that my ability to copy? This world exactly? I don't know exactly, brother. And of course, this is where, well, Naruto says, this is gonna suck if I can't copy properties from different SCPs. Then again, this is where, well, the indestructible lizard says, then again, even though you can't copy my ability, doesn't mean you can't, our other brothers can't copy. They neither can copy. I don't really know much about them if they can copy or not. Only I know one brother, and, well, I know the hero brother, but I know the other brother. This is where Naruto says, I do want to know about him. What can he do? This is where he says, he can. And I swear to God, this is actually such a cool ability and a property that I actually want to actually have. But teleport. Teleport and also put those people, like humans, into outer space or anything, anywhere he thinks about. This is what Naruto says, that's so cool. How are the other different beings like us? Are they also like the sons of the Scarlet King? Sons, daughters of the Scarlet King? This is what SCP says. Not really. There are also different, well, beings from different gods. Like the, well, robotic god and also the flesh god. Which, those two can really fuck right off. I don't really care about their goddamn religion. They're just not part of the Scarlet King's, well, family. So yeah. You did heard about the Scarlet King and his like family, right? Or not family, storage. This is where Naruto says again, I couldn't get to talk to him much about it. The indestructible lizard says, I'll tell you later. After we defeat this guy, and I'll get to rip him in half. This is where Kurama says, I would love to see you two try. So Naruto and the indestructible lizard tries for this for 72 hours. And of course, Naruto's tired. He passes out way earlier. So yeah, of course, where the indestructible lizard also passed out because he's hungry and he isn't trying to deal with what's called Kurama's energetic bullshitness. Because Kurama, he's very energetic, because he has trained for a lot of things, and he was the previous what's called Demon Lord. So he mostly dodged and punched the shit of Naruto and the Indestructible Lizard. Now, even though the Indestructible Lizard is indestructible, doesn't mean he's indestructible in stamina. He still weighs a lot, and he needs nuclear radiation or whatever. Or, not radiation, acid or anything like that. Just because he can drink and then heals and all that from that. But yeah, as for Naruto, he goes to sleep. He passed out a while ago before the Indestructible Lizard. Now, of course, where he has actually been dragged along with the other Kitsunes. Well, the female Kitsunes. Of course, is where Kitsune just decided to grab Naruto and kind of lay him on bed and all that. Well, just a makeshift bed they kind of made and all that. And of course, is where, well, Kawaii just decides to just sleep next to Naruto and all that. And of course, is where Katsune and also, well, Christina says, "What are you doing?" Is where she says, "Well, he is gonna be ours when we're older." Of course, they blush and they were just saying, "Fine." So they all kind of slept next to him. No, they did not do anything where they're only 12. So get your stupid perverted mind out of here. So, of course, where Naruto, he is kind of tired and slowly waking up, or surely waking up. That's right, he wakes up and feels a tuggle and, like, well, near his body and all that. This is where Naruto looks down and sees multiple arms kind of just wrapped around him and all that. And also one person just sleeping on top of him. This is where Naruto, he wakes up to see, well, Katsune, who's sleeping on top of him. Christina and also, well, Kawala are kind of just sleeping next to him and just having their arms over Naruto and all. Naruto's kind of blushing, but then he just coughed a little bit. And of course, they wake up because they hear the noise and all that. And they say, "You're awoken." Naruto says, "Yeah, can you please get off of me?" Naruto said it kind of coldly. Now, of course, they nodded and say, "Sorry about that, Naruto-sama. It seems that you were kind of cold and we just wanted to warm you up." Because they don't have blankets, so yeah. But of course, Naruto can use his own tails to just warm himself up. But of course, Naruto didn't mind it that much. Of course, it would come amused. He says, "That's very interesting, Naruto. I thought you would just explode after that." Naruto says, "Screw you, Kurama. Fuck off. Aren't you gonna train him also?" Kurama says, "Yeah, I am. You can talk to your brother. Your brother's over there." Naruto goes and says, "Hey, bro." That's where Indestructible Lizard says, "I'll tell you what, Naruto. That orange fucking fox has been trying to just play with us." Naruto says, "I know. He's been just playing with us the whole time." This is where the Indestructible Lizard says, "So you want to know about our origins of our father?" Naruto nods. "And about your brother, that, well, I'm also know about him?" He nods also. "And also about maybe if you can teleport to other dimensions." Naruto nods. So this is where we go into a week time skip. Of course, Kurama been trying to train with Katsune, Kawala, well, not Kawala, Kawal, and also what's called, well, Christina, and using the different Kenkais and also going into trying to get more tails and have more durability and all that, and stamina. So yeah, this is where Naruto, he actually learned he can go into other dimensions. Because before we did that week time skip, we would go into like the 5th day of the week. Naruto been trying to go in different dimensions. Well, trying to figure out how to. Now, of course, Naruto did kind of made a clone and says, "You stay here now." While the Indestructible and him managed to make, well, they actually managed to make a portal and land in the My Hero Academia world. Now, Naruto and, well, the indestructible lizard kind of saw this, and we're kind of impressed, well, that Naruto can actually teleport to people. And Naruto isn't windy or anything, because this place was actually the closest dimension next to Naruto. Which, yeah. Of course, Naruto knows about the Scarlet King and all them other things, and even about his brother, his third brother that he now knows as SCP-000. So, SCP-000 is, well, kind of more like, sort of, not the true son of what's called, well, Scarlet King. Actually, not 000, SCP-1000. As it were, well, he kind of, what's called, heard that this brother of theirs is kind of a little bit older than Naruto by being kind of like 22 in human years. But his head is actually a camera. His, what's called, camera lens can be blue to that of red, to that even of green, if the tickle monster decides to kind of latch onto the brother. But being red means that he's actually awoken his powers because of the Scarlet King, and has actually used it before. Yes, I'm gonna somewhat copy a little bit from what's called, since I used to watch this a lot, because SCPs and all that, I used to got interested in it, from watching Minecraft. I think it was Minecraft roleplay about SCP or something. I think the YouTube channel was YouTuber channel name. I can't remember. I used to watch a lot of what's called this person's videos. Newscape Pro, Minecraft SCP, yeah, roleplays and all. I don't know. I used to just watch a lot when I was, I think, 15, 16. I don't remember. But yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna just say, because I actually don't remember the brothers of the SCPs and all that about the Scarlet King. But yeah, I just remember SCP-999 and SCP-682. So this one would be SCP-1000, being his name is Corey. And of course, he has a camera head. Now, of course, he's able to teleport and throw people into, well, into another dimension, into a place that he already knows about. Or yeah, of course, he can also teleport to that of the Scarlet King. And yeah. Now, of course, I don't know much about him, but yeah. Now, of course, the word Naruto was very interesting and actually wants to meet his brother. Of course, the word, well, SCP-682 kind of said that Corey was kind of imprisoned because of how the scientists in their world kind of stops SCPs from doing anything stupid or anything like that. Or not stupid, from trying to wipe out humanity. But yeah, Naruto just gets annoyed with that, and yeah. But of course, they're in this world of My Hero Academia. Now, of course, what Naruto and SCP-682 just said. So you want to start having and destroy everything? Because these are just humans. Naruto says, maybe if I can copy their abilities. I don't know if I can. Can I at least try? So he decides to go try. And of course, he just sees this explosion kid kind of just fighting a villain and all that. This is Bakugo. Now, of course, he sees that. And of course, he tries to copy his abilities and all. And actually managed to. He managed to copy his explosion abilities. Of course, it wasted chakra instead of just, well, whatever they use here. But yeah. Naruto says, I can. Let's go wild, brother. So, of course, we go into a couple of days, about like 20 days, into almost a month being over. And of course, well, Naruto and SCP-682 has been going wild in Japan, killing villains, heroes, and even Deku. They rip Deku a shred. They break his fucking head, breaking his skull, murdering and crushing his goddamn brains out. Then freaking just deciding to just break his body. And even Naruto managed to steal what to call one for all. Or not one for all for one. Not one all for one. One for all, yeah. So Naruto actually managed to take it, but take the powers, not the souls. So Naruto actually copied the abilities and powers. So yeah, Naruto murdered Deku. Now, why am I being brutal to Deku? Because fuck Deku. Should have made him a fucking villain. That would have been so much cooler. So yeah. Also, to that one person that told me, yeah, you should go into different animes to go like kill a Luffy, Asta, or Goku. First of all, I fucking like those animes. Second of all, I fucking hate what's it called, My Hero Academia. Not really much, but I don't like it that much. So I'd rather kill those animes that I don't like. One Piece, Black Clover, and Dragon Ball I fucking like. So go fuck yourself. I forgot what's her name. Go fuck yourself. I don't know how to fucking say your name. Super long. And yeah. Not killing Goku, Asta, or yeah, Luffy. Go fuck off. And also, that ending of yours is complete bullshit. So yeah, just go fuck yourself. You are tripping balls. You must have been on crack that whole time you were typing that shit. Get your stupid ass out of here, boy. So yeah, of course, I mean, out of me going that tantrum, but yeah. Now, we go into Naruto after both what's called SCP-682 and Naruto destroying, well, what's called that world. But actually, what's called 682 actually decides to just destroy the world entirely. And Naruto managed to survive the atmosphere, well, outside the atmosphere, by the world just getting blown up because, well, 862 just decided to dig all the way to the crest. Well, I mean, not the crest. Freaking the core of the earth. And just decides to punch the shit out of the core of the earth. Well, not punch the shit out of it. Just claw it multiple times. And even eat it. Containing, what they call, it does contain poisonous. But of course, since it's indestructible lizard, he survives. And of course, the earth goes boom. So yeah, of course, Naruto managed to survive the outer space and all that. And of course, he actually made another portal to go back into the dimension. Well, Naruto's dimension. So yeah, Naruto gets back into his world. And of course, 682 says, hell yeah. Only a couple of hours pass in their world. And that world, it took 20 months. But yeah, Naruto also became stronger, a lot stronger and faster. But yeah, but this is actually where I leave it off for part 2 of what's called What If Naruto Was the Son of the Scarlet King. The reason why is because I actually want to go into what's called, well, part 3 of What If Naruto had Yokan or Ghost Star and Under What If. Not really, but I just want to do part 3 of Yokan. The Yokan. Why the hell do I keep saying Yokan? Yonko. For fuck's sake, I'm an idiot. But yeah, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato sleep, potato. Or to part 3 of What If Naruto Had Venom, Carnage, and even, well, Anti-Venom. I don't know which one I'm going to do, but yeah, potato.